Hi guys, Scott again, and welcome back to another video. Now you join me again on quite a lovely day with the daily. Now before we get into the video, as always, I want to thank you all for your support. All my subscribers so far, I think I'm up to 542. I am more than happy with that. And just thank you for tuning this video, and don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, let me know. Your insights and help are actually very, very useful, and I do appreciate it a lot. So unfortunately, as this video says, a bit of bad luck for the Volvo. But before we go into the main reason of this video, the main thing I wanted to talk about, and the thing that you quite obviously clicked in and tuned in this video to find out about, I thought I'd just go into a few bits and updates about the car, what I've had in the meantime, and just a few things that I've noticed and just general. So I mentioned in my last video about the Volvo, I'm pretty sure that I needed some new tyres. I have had new tyres fitted all round. I went for a brand of tyres I've never actually heard of. I literally went for the cheapest, best rated tyres just to give them, see what went on. So I got them all off Black Circles. I think they're about £50 a corner, which is pretty much means I got all 4 of these tyres for the price of 1 tyre for the Focus daily. That's what we like. So we like that. That's good. And I know I've never really been one to go for budget tyres. I've always been a bit, not going to say snobby, but you just go for something you know it works. So I thought I'd go for something good rated, something I haven't heard of, and give it a bit of a try, bit of a review, and just see what happens. So I've gone for these things called, I don't know if you can read that, Mazzini? Absolutely never heard of it. I think I've done probably about 1,500 miles on them so far, so they're still pretty fresh, but I've had absolutely no issues, and I have actually tried to see how well they grip. Unfortunately, while I'm here looking at this, it is very, very bad and easy to notice that this wing is now, I need to put a bit of tape on. She's getting eaten alive. You can see a bit of repair there. Looks like they put an extra sort of mending strip weld, and I don't know what was there, but not good, needs sorting. And saying that, with the other wing, I have noticed, if I take you around to it, other than my amazing paint job, which is slightly different, but I don't really mind, unfortunately a bit of the rust which I thought I got off the old wing is starting to come through. Now I'm just covering with my hand. Now I'm just covering with my hand the main, well, obviously you can see from here the issues I've had and what this whole video about. So I'll go into a main story about it and what I need to do now, but I'll show you the damage first. Yeah. Other than that, this 26-year-old car is starting to show its little paintwork damage. There's like little chips and stuff everywhere. It really needs a wash, as I said, daily. But essentially, my bumper got knocked off in a car park. I wasn't there, no one said, no one left a note. I came back to a bumper hanging off my car. This is sort of the impact point, I'm assuming. It looks, well, you can see someone's basically come out, not anticipated how long the car is, and just turned out and scuffed it. So I came off and it was hanging off at this point. You can see where it is here. This headlight lens was all scratched up as well. I was going to keep it, but then it actually fell off somewhere, and I'm not really sure where. Basically, I got back home and I looked, and there was just bulbs and nothing covering it. So I managed to buy one. They're actually very, very easy to find parts for this, which is the beauty of these Volvos. So I actually bought it off eBay for, I think, about £15. Nice, cheap, easy fix, job done. But unfortunately, same can't be said for the bumper. Now it's not like it's going to come off, it's on. Unfortunately, though, there is this, and I need to reattach Yeah, I need to reattach this. The annoying thing is I had, from when I bought the wing, he chucked in another wheel arch guard with it. I threw it away because I didn't have the space at the time and I didn't really think I would need it. But as you can see, now I probably could have done with that. Not really what you want to find, is what it is. I'd much prefer stuff like that to happen to this, sad to say, than the Focus, because this has always been something that needed work doing to it, and it's just added to my list. I now have a lot more stuff I need to do if I ever want to get it right again, or to a nice standard. Because like even the back one, the plastic's fine. I want to try and bring this back up maybe. I don't know how people have done it with like spray paint or stuff, but yeah. She's a work in progress. She's a daily. Doesn't make me love her any less. This thing's fantastic. Now, unfortunately, it's not really a video I ever wanted to bring you, but it's what it is. Life goes on. She's still on the road. She's still going. I'm not going to get rid of her. I still got plans. I want to get the exhaust on it because that really sounds like it's blowing at the front, and you don't quite get that lovely like 5-pot sound all the way. You get it up in when you take it out of the revs, but to begin with, especially with the windows open, I want to hear something, but all you get is a sort of blowy sounds near the front somewhere. I can't quite work out where it is. Front suspension definitely needs something doing to it. Now, this is something I thought I'd post and ask for some directional advice from people who may know a bit more on, because I tend to get that on these videos, is well, at the moment I'm not sure if it'll do it. Let me give it a little, no, not do it, but I'm pretty sure it's the upper spring seats or the top mounts or something. You just get a bit of a squeak. It's not like a squeak, it's just a bit of rubbing in from, I think it's where the spring seats are degrading, because I read and they will use some sort of composite recyclable plastic, which in 1997 I don't think they probably would have had the best technology for. So I think that's what it is. But I did see on the owners group the other day, someone said they'd put springs from a V50 on. I'm wondering if anyone knows what newer model front suspensions are compatible with these, and I might give them a go, because ideally I'd like to get it sorted. But other than that, unfortunately, paintwork's starting to show its age. I might have to do something about that, but for now, she's good. Definitely needs a wash. Don't judge me. It does a lot of miles. But yeah, I'm going to go into a bit more on how the bump happened, and yeah. But I thought if I can find my key, we'll go for a little drive, because I like that, and I want to try the angle of it being on the sunroof again. Now, as you can see, no warning lights on the dashboard, which is always good. The normal one for me is fuel, but I've actually got half a tank of fuel, and I'll show you if you can make that out, but 187,969 miles. So just a touch off 188,000. Now, I really want to get this to 200,000 and thereon, because we do like high mileage hero. But I'm going to put you on the sunroof. I'm going to go for a little drive and a little talk, and yeah. So I did notice in my last video with a Focus that unfortunately I am a big fan of these Jelly Bean air fresheners. Get my words out someday. But if I forget to take them off, and especially when I mount the camera somewhere over here, you just get all of this sort of wiggle of it, and it might be a bit distracting. So apologies for that. I will take that off now before we even start. But yeah, see if we can get, so she's a 26-year-old car. She's on 180,000 miles. You don't expect anything fantastic. Well, don't worry, I haven't just straight off started abusing it without warming up. I've been through a little drive already just to get to where I am now. I absolutely love the retro dials. I love this little slider, but it's just the thing about I get with like cars from this time is it's just car. It's not a lot of technology, and this is just a big old hunk of engine in the front. Ideally I would like a bit more power, but we'll see what happens with that. It's a big old hunk of engine just hurtling you forwards, and honestly I can't imagine how epic it feels listening to that raw noise out of like an 850R or a T5. Now I am tempted, given time and funds, I might buy a little donor to make this a bit better. That's a very big Mercedes S63, and it's got some money. Go on, Mr. BT. Yeah, and just to give me parts and bits to make it a bit nicer, because I think all of the, like with the plastic hose I have to go and get from the scrapyard, I think a lot of them are going to start breaking down because nothing's really been changed like that in 26 years. But she's done well. That's 26 years is a quarter of a century. It's a hefty old time for a car to be alive, and yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so different to driving a modern thing, and I actually get more looks and more appreciation for this than my Focus. Now traffic is absolutely awful. Right, anyway, main thing I wanted to just finish off with this video, don't want to overload you too much, is about that bumper. Yeah, so essentially I was out, away with work. I was off on a job somewhere, and one of my colleagues messaged me and goes, "Oh, this is your car, isn't it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, there you go," hence the picture. And it's just open picture on my phone to my bumper hanging off. Now weirdly enough, I wasn't really that annoyed. So as it is annoying to have it happen to your car, but these things happen, and it's just fortunate that I'm in a position that I was able to I reattached the bumper myself. Like, it wasn't too much panic. I knew what to do, and I just sorted it, and we got on with it, and life goes on. Unfortunately, the only thing, I'm saying unfortunate a lot, but it's not really unfortunate. But the only thing I could and would like a bit better is the aircon in this car. So that's full blast, and it's sort of like an asthmatic's cough, but you can't really complain because, as I said, it is an old car. You got a lot more. It wasn't really such a big thing then. It wasn't always 22 degrees, and it's my own silly fault for wearing a jumper out. I really should stop and take it off. But open this message, bumper's hanging off, and fortunately this time I decided to keep some cable ties in my car, and they have saved me a lot more times than I'd like to admit with this Volvo so far, because little things keep happening, and cable ties are always nice and easy until you can get round to fixing it. Obviously it all will need sorting in time, but for now she's attached and she's good. I need to get some new clips for the wheel arch. I need to get a new bumper. Now I have been eyeing up a new bumper. I think I saw one on eBay where they're selling not just the top plastic, but the actual bumper itself as well. But if anyone's got any top plastic going and cares to help a friend out, I will more than happily do a barter with you for it. But it was, I think it was £50 starting bid. No one was really taking much interest, but I can't remember if there was postage or if it was collect, and I'm sure it would fit in. The Volvo's quite a long car. I'm sure it would fit in, so we could go and do something like that, but got other things taking my money up at the moment. I've just obviously had a few big bills with the Focus. I've had a few big bills with this year. I'm just giving myself a bit of time to financially recover. but I was always one. So I think in my first 7 years of driving, I'm up to like 7 cars so far. I've never really kept a car that long, but even this, I've had this for 1.5 years now, and I still love it. It's just old Swedish character, and everyone likes a car with a bit of character. But as always, thank you for watching. Like I said at the start of the video, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, let me know, especially on the front suspension bits if you can. That greatly appreciated. I'm not actually too certain at the moment what will fit into them, but if you've made it this far, definitely hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think. Goodbye for now, see you in the next video.